Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. Listen, this last month, there's been huge changes in our world, huge changes in our economy, and I know that there's a need for a lot of people to supplement their income, even replace their income. Maybe that's you. Maybe you're looking to start a new business, to start a side hustle, to do something new. This is for you. I just want to share some tips and some things that I've learned on my journey that have helped me a lot. Just some basics to help you set up for success for whatever path you're going to do. You know, this is a time where we're all kind of in figure it out mode. We're looking into what is the next step for us. Where do I go from here? Maybe I need a backup plan or a plan B. Life is very, very uncertain right now. And as you sit down and you settle into our new normal and to where you're at and you look ahead and move forward, I just want to give you a few things that I think will be really helpful. So this is part two. A couple days ago, I shared the number one thing that you should be doing right now, okay? And this is for everybody, especially if you want to start something new, a business, like I just mentioned. Even if you're just looking to homeschool and you're like, you know what, I think I'm going to homeschool. If you want to try something new, the first thing you want to do is you want to develop your belief system. You've got to take some time to develop yourself, to develop your mindset, your belief system, your skill set, to create a strength and a resiliency and a courage within to allow you to move forward and do the things that you need to do. I talked about that on the last video, so you can check that out. Maybe I'll drop the link below so you can find that here. But once you have a little bit of direction and you kind of know what you're gonna do, you have that thing that you're gonna run with, that business idea, whatever that looks like to you. Once you know what you're gonna do, the next thing you have to do, again, first things first, is you have to know your why. You have to know why you're doing what you're doing before you even start. It's just a question you've got to ask yourself, and it's going to look different for everybody because whatever you decide to do, it's more than just the thing that you do. How is it going to help you reach your goals? And that's going to look different for everybody. You need to define what success looks like to you and figure out why you're doing what you're doing. You know, and who you become in the process is so important. So think about all the reasons why. I remember when I first started my business, I don't even know how many years ago it was. I started a business called The Nourishing Cupcake, and I wanted to do something new. Our family really needed the extra funds at the time. I had a desire. I'm like, I have 3 kids, but I was settled in my season. Again, before you do anything, you've got to know your season. If you just had a baby like yesterday, you probably just need to focus on raising your kids and loving that baby. You know, there's different seasons of life. What I'm doing in my life is not the same for you, or it shouldn't be the same. You have to know your season, know what your family needs, know your goals, and move in that direction. But point is I wanted to do something. I remember scrolling online, trying to figure out some kind of home-based business opportunity. Nothing really fit or latched hold. Finally, I was just inspired to start this cupcake business. Another conversation, but totally amazing. Loved it. But one of the first things I did was I was in a situation where I had a job. I had a position where I could work hourly and kind of get paid for that work. Or I had this like inspired passion and I could pursue that. And I remember writing the pros and cons, but in that process, writing out my why. Why did I want to do what I was doing? And I cannot tell you how many times over the course of the years that I would pull out that little scrappy piece of paper and look at it when I wanted to quit, when life was hard, when it just didn't make sense or it didn't feel like it was worth it. I pulled out that piece of paper and I went back to why I was doing what I was doing. And I will tell you that financial reasons, like I'm not a real money motivated person. Like that wasn't the reason why. I had a whole list of reasons why I was doing it. And of course, earning an income was one of them, but it was a small part. And I just think it's so important that before you move forward, you've got to know why you're doing what you're doing, because you're going to need that to stand on as you move forward. There was a talk I listened to a while ago by John Maxwell, and I remember he just kind of put his arm up like that, and he was like, that's what the path to success looks like. It looks like it's just uphill, basically. Anytime you pursue something more, you're pursuing greatness, you're taking on a new endeavor, you have to know that it's gonna be uphill. As soon as you take that first step, you're gonna feel the gravity of that mountain. You're gonna feel the wind coming back and that resistance. There's gonna be challenges. There's gonna be ups and downs. but you'll be able to keep going if you know why you're doing what you're doing. And as you go along the way, there's going to be times where you stop and you might question everything, but it's in those moments where you really dig deep and you reaffirm why you're doing what you're doing. But you've got to know that before you go into it. You've got to know that deep within. And it's going to look different for everybody. You need to define success and what that looks like to you. Know where you're going. The other thing I guess I'd mention is right along with that is you got to set some goals. Like, what are your goals? And be specific. What are your financial goals? You know, there's that saying that if you aim for nothing, you'll, get it every time. Basically, you'll make that every time. You've got to set goals. Be specific. I talked to somebody yesterday and they're like, I just really want to travel with my kids more and have money to vacation. I want to specifically just build up a vacation account. Maybe you want to pay for your daughter's dance lessons. Maybe $500 a month would be really meaningful to your family. $1,000 a month. Maybe you want to cover the mortgage. $5,000, $10,000, what do you need? But be specific and have something tangible, specific in your mind that you can go towards, because setting goals is really, really important. A couple other questions that you should ask yourself is, how much time am I willing to commit to pursue that goal, to get that amount or that goal that I have? How much time am I willing to commit daily? That's something you've got to ask yourself. You've got to commit. That's a huge part of it. You've got to know why you're doing what you're doing, but when you decide, you've got to commit, because there is no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme. Everything takes time, it takes work, it takes dedication, it takes consistency, and you've got to decide that you're going to commit to that process and know that it's going to take a little bit of time. If you're starting something new and you just kind of have the attitude like, I'm just going to try it out and see how it works, give it a little bit of time and just see, you're wanting to have a hobby, just to be clear. Like, if you want a hobby, that's great. Try it out, play around, do that. But if you really want to develop a business and you really want to be serious about reaching your goals financially, personally, professionally, you need to commit to what you're going to do. And right along with that is you need to decide, how long am I willing to commit? Everything just takes some time. So you need to give yourself some time. Me personally, I feel like once you know what your goal is, once you have your why and you kind of know what your goal is, for me, the attitude should be, I'm going to work until I reach success. I'm not going to quit until I succeed, whatever your definition of success is. So if you want to make $5,000 a month, don't quit till you reach your goal. Don't quit on yourself. Don't quit on your dreams. Keep going, right? So that being said, if you're in a situation where you're starting out, you're looking for options, you're looking to start something new, maybe you're homeschooling, maybe you're just like, I think I want to homeschool this year, or you got thrown into it and you're kind of floundering around and you're like, oh my gosh, this is really hard. This is something new. I wasn't prepared for this. This is important for you. You've got to work on yourself and get your mind right, and you've got to know why you're doing what you're doing. What do you want to accomplish in your home? How can homeschool help you create the vision and the community and the atmosphere of your home that you desire? How can you help your kids prepare for success? Everything is more than just the thing that you do. There's always more behind it, and you've got to know those things. So starting out, build up your belief system. Take time to invest in yourself. Know your why. Number 2, once you have a direction, know your why. Know why you're doing what you're doing. Write it down, and you'll dig deeper as you progress. But you've got to start there. Set some specific goals. Commit and give it some time, and that will help you start out right. These are the things that are going to lay a foundation to help you have success and to help you move forward. This year started out, and I think everybody was pretty pumped about 2020 vision, all these big expectations and excitement. And you know what? We all freaking got slapped on our backs, But I'm telling you, right now, if you feel like you're just laying on your back still and you're kind of stuck and you don't know what to do, get back up. Get back up. Circumstances may have changed, but you don't have to change and let that hold you down. You can be better because of this, You can come out of these circumstances better than before, but you've got to get up. You've got to get focused, You've got to work on yourself. Get better, get stronger. If you don't know what to do, invest into yourself. physically, mentally, emotionally. So when you have that idea, when you have that inspiration and you have that direction, you'll be ready to run with it and to have the success that you need and that you deserve. So start out here, first things first. This has been huge for me and building my businesses, and it's something that I always go back to. And I tell this to everybody on my team, anybody that ever works with me or partners with me. These are some of the first questions that I ask, because you've got to know, you've got to kind of start out with a clear mind before you start that process of developing a business or pursuing a goal and a dream that you have. So if you need help, if I can help you in any way, feel free to reach out. I've got several businesses, and one of the platforms has been incredible for me, and it may be a fit for you. You're welcome to look at it. It's something that anybody can do. If I can do it, anybody can do. You don't need to have any experience. It doesn't matter how busy you are. None of that matters. You can certainly take a look. You can take it and you can run with it. And I'm here to help you and grow with you if you're looking for an opportunity and an option and just trying to figure things out. If you have that direction, keep going, rock on. Keep looking, look for the good, look for the opportunity, but go start with first things first. And these 2 tips that I've just shared with you, I think will help you have a great start and be really ready to roll now, and especially in the weeks to come as the world opens back up again and we kind of figure life back out, So, all right, guys, have an awesome weekend.